The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
What I get to do and what my team gets to do is help these animals.
It's kind of like a MASH hospital out here sometimes.
Hold there for call game. I'm Wes Livingston, gunner, mugger. That's my day job.
My name is Earl Waters. I'm a helicopter pilot.
In the world of helicopter flying, it's probably considered one of the most dangerous.
I'm Dr. Ole Alcumbrac, and I'm a wildlife veterinarian. We are here to conserve them, and they are a national treasure.
At the end of the day, I know that what I did ensures the future of these animals.
I'm Dr. Ole Alcumbrac, and I'm here to bring a little wild back into your life as a wildlife veterinarian.
You ready, Ole? Yep. Today, we're in Jemez Springs, New Mexico, capturing the elusive New Mexico mule deer.
There you go. You're just go, 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 think, 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 think. It's animals and adrenaline. It's a pretty good combination.
Deer, 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 deer.
You only have one dart left?
Magic one.
Oh, man.
Today's capture will be fairly simple. We're just going to be capturing them. Once we get our hands on them, we're going to be putting GPS collars on them, and we're going to be putting a do not consume tag in their ear because of the drug we're using. I'm working today with Dr. James Kane with the U.S. Geological Survey. We are in the Santa Fe National Forest, so we're going to try to go out and get these guys done in a day. If the densities are good, we should find those deer pretty quickly. We don't have a lot of deer to catch today, but the densities are so low that it's going to be an all-day job. And the team today is going to consist of me as the gunner in the backseat of the helicopter.
Dart in.
We're training a new mugger, and I'm going to be tasked with handling him as well. And then Earl's going to be flying the helicopter, which he does very well.
Doing animal capture is so challenging. I have 360 degrees that I have to worry about. If you lose that situational awareness, you will crash.
So this is a big job for a small team. This study is very important. We have to find out why these densities are so low and how these deer are utilizing their habitat. You know, if it all comes together, we're going to start catching animals, and generally that always happens. We were able to manage all the different factors. As you can imagine, a dart is a pretty lightweight projectile to deliver to an animal. The dart rifle is basically a modified 22. We use 22 blank cartridges. If it all lines up, we'll have a good shot. Looks like some pretty good weather today, not much wind, which is a good day for capturing animals so they don't heat up. And if it works, it works.
The goal is to capture 5 mule deer in one day, and rookie Brian Harris will play a critical role as the mugger, whose job is to subdue the animal until the team can safely land and reach it through tough terrain.
It's his first time ever mugging, and he has a full plate. I could just see the stress in his eyes before we took off.
I didn't have a whole lot of training, but he gave me the rundown and told me what to be aware of, and a lot of it was as it was happening, and we'll go from there.
All right, we're ready to fly.
There's no Mugger U that you can go to and learn how to mug. It's on-the-job training.
When it comes to being in this moment, it starts with a desire to do it and feeling like you're capable enough to do it and the eagerness to learn.
Seatbelt, you all set, Ole?
Yep.
Okay. All right, keep an eye out for some deer. Nice with this little bit of dusting of snow. Make it a little easier to see them. Without even seeing any tracks, no sign or nothing.
Now, mule deer are a species of deer that are known as black-tailed deer. And I think they're sort of a symbol of the West and a symbol of the Rockies. And mule deer, like white-tailed deer, are a very important game species here in North America, not only for the hunting community, but for wildlife photography. And no one doesn't like to see deer when they're driving down the road, standing on the side, peacefully grazing in fields.
With a home territory that stretches from Mexico to the Yukon and as far east as Kansas and Nebraska, mule deer have long been the most abundant big game animal in the West. But the population of muleys are in decline. Since 2000, the population of mule deer in North America has dropped an estimated 19%. The reasons for this decline are many, including loss of habitat, change in vegetation, and chronic wasting disease. Wildlife agencies throughout the West work to stabilize the population of mule deer through programs such as this capture and collar operation in New Mexico.
The does are really our focus today. Bucks move based on where the does go, so if we cover the does with the collars, chances are we're going to get a lot more information.
Atta girl.
And we are the good guys. We're not the bad guys. We're out here trying to make a difference.
Brian, first of all, quit looking at the instruments because you don't know how to read them anyway. Keep your head out of the helicopter.
Everything you see, you just relay. It was my job to say, Earl, tree, Earl, power line.
There's a road. Yep, got the wire. So our mugger's probably on that first deer is going to have the look, he's going to look like a hog looking at a wristwatch probably on that first one, right, Ole?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of skills and a lot of attitude, right attitude it takes to be a mugger. But there's a lot of people who want to get into this, and like I tell them, we have this IQ test, and if you pass it, we don't take you, because sometimes I think you got to be a little crazy to do it. Come on, little girl. Hey. Capture is sheer terror all day long. You're dealing with people, animals. There's no norm. It's a constant change.
Don't hesitate. Don't be shy.
Hit them with all your weight and go for the head.
Yeah.
Deer. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, got one. And that's a doe, too. That's good. Okay, you ready, Ole?
Yep.
Start in. Start your time. Right here, look at this, what the clock is. 48, 23?
48-26.
Okay. She's already shown a little sign there. She's down. She's up, she's down. She just dropped. See how that looks?
You just got to kind of commit and go. And again, I didn't know what to expect. It was my first time ever doing this.
Go ahead and walk right through here. She's right in the drainage. Get on top of her and we'll be right down.
So I was really on edge. I really was. I was hyper, like the adrenaline was pumping, and I'm like, what am I going to walk upon?
He's not even looking at us. Stay back.
Deer. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, got one.
On a mission to capture 5 mule deer doe in the mountains of New Mexico, Dr. Ole has darted the first deer, and his rookie mugger is about to get his first taste of wild animal capture.
Start in. That was a good shot. Go ahead and walk right through here. She's right in the drainage.
He has to jump out of the helicopter and on the animal.
You're on the ground running around going, okay, where exactly is this animal in relation to where we landed?
Once you're on the ground, all those trees look the same.
After he's on the ground, we have to hover above the deer in the trees and use hand signals to point him into where the animal's located while he's walking on the ground.
He's not even looking at us.
They have to be aggressive enough to get the job done, but they also have to be extremely cautious.
I was really on edge, and I'm like, what am I going to walk upon?
Oh, he's got her.
And it was pretty much just laying there.
Not bad for a first rookie try.
Yep.
There's a potential for more injury, obviously, with an animal in a net, whereas in a chemical capture, it's a much more calmer environment to work in.
Because Ole's good at his job and the darts took effect, I didn't feel like I was in danger of getting my butt kicked by a mule deer. They're still wild animals, and you're still very aware of that situation.
The drugs we use are very potent, but very, very safe. And they have to be 100% reversible. So we take that drug away from them as soon as we're done with them, and within 3 minutes, they're up and running off. You're free. I love that.
Just to give you an idea what people do on these captures, their mind's on the animal in a big rush to get down to get to the animal. Get out of the helicopter, you can see how far we are from the helicopter. Within 15 feet of the helicopter, you can walk right into the main rotor blade by just going uphill.
Bap. You're done.
It's amazing how close it can get just because of terrain.
You're always in danger. There's always an opportunity for mistakes. Your head's on a swivel, and it's extreme situational awareness.
You're strapped and ready. Here we go. All right, let's find some deer.
In this particular area of New Mexico, it was discovered that their densities were very low, and so the purpose of the study is to really see how these deer are utilizing their habitat. So we had to spend a lot of time searching, and then when we found the deer, we had to make that opportunity count.
Any ladies around?
Looking.
See, there's just nothing. Like no tracks in here whatsoever.
Yeah, we might have to head out to the pine trees, you know.
Yeah. See how tall these trees are?
This looks like totally different.
There's deer right there. I got deer right here.
See them right here. There's two.
Yep, I got two of them. Now, if we can get a dart in one.
When that animal finally figures out, oh, this big noisy eagle is after me, they'll slam on the brakes, they'll turn around and come right back at you.
The deer can be quite difficult. They're fast, they zig and they zag, and they're stealth artists. You know, they're timid, they're very wily. You almost have to anticipate their every move in order to be successful in a darting operation.
You ready?
Yeah.
To make the shot 100 feet with a deer running through the trees with a helicopter moving in the wind, it's like almost impossible to do.
Tree to your right.
Got the tree. You got her? Okay, yep. Nope, high and to the left.
Now, I missed. You know, it does happen.
We have to work for this one. Is that an opening coming up? Dart in! Dart in! Beautiful, Ole! Keep an eye on her. Got her? She's right here. I got her. I got her. Got her. Time. Watch your clock now. I got the deer. You watch the clock.
Once the animal's darted, it's not an instantaneous drop and they're just hanging out waiting for us. You know, that takes time for that drug to take effect. They run around.
2 minutes.
Should did the old two-step there. Probably put down over here if I can.
Okay, Brian, what you're going to do is don't hesitate.
Yeah, I got it.
You see her?
Yeah.
See her body there? Okay.
This is a very physically demanding job.
I don't think he's going to be able to get her.
When I approached it, it was laying down, but it was staring me in the face. And I was like, crap, this one's gonna go. And sure enough, that thing took off. And then I see Earl telling me to stop so that they can give it more time for that drug to take effect.
Now he's got her. He's coming. They're running. He's got her. Okay.
Yeah.
You will use your body to protect an animal before you protect yourself.
Let's get a blindfold on them, take away that visual acuity. Once they're down and we assess their health, then we're going to ear tag them and place the GPS collar on. Got a little bling in her ear, a little bling around her neck. When I see that animal run back into its natural environment, that's what makes my day.
Damn, we had to work for this one.
Let's go find some easier deer.
Yeah, for sure. This area's hurt for animals.
What's your outside temp right now?
36, really warm right now.
The team is flying over the stunning landscape of New Mexico's Jemez Mountains. But this is no scenic tour. Wildlife capture requires a special breed of pilot who can make a helicopter dance across the sky.
This is risky business, but we manage those risks. That's how we mitigate it. And it takes special pilots to do that, and there's none better than Earl Waters.
There's no other flying like it. Well, the helicopter sometimes goes sideways, goes backwards. We do all kinds of different flying. Although it's dangerous, I think the reward outweighs the risk.
Out here to the right over here is where I crashed almost 5 years ago. Out here doing the same thing. We were out capturing deer and we were looking for deer and the engine quit.
Luckily, I crashed very soft and we all walked away without a scratch. That was my 7th engine failure I had, and I had a tail rotor failure, so basically I think I've expended maybe 8 of my 9 lives. But I guess it's safer than flying a jetpack.
That's the last thing you want to talk about is crashing, right, while you're flying?
Day one at the mugger, right?
That's right.
Now that rookie Brian Harris has broken in his mugging boots, it's time for the pros to finish the job. After a refill on darts, Dr. Ole and Earl still have 2 mule deer to capture before sundown.
Away we go. Mother Nature at its finest.
I was going to say, let's not catch him down in there.
No. Getting colder again. the higher we go. See, this ain't too bad.
Oh, pretty good if there are deer in it.
Yeah. All right, let's just see what we can do. There we go. I got some deer right here.
Good.
It's a doe. Let me know when you're ready.
Good to go.
Need to turn her. Now she's going the right way. Okay?
Yeah, just ease up on her.
Here's you a shot right here.
Going downhill.
Start in. Time. She might just be content and just stay right there. That's good. See if I can find a little spot right here.
When we're doing wildlife anesthesia, we do these cocktails, and the goal of that cocktail is to produce a very smooth anesthetic. When that drug is taking effect, the body is going to sleep before the brain does. They know they got darted, and they're going to try to find terrain that best suits their ability to escape this new predator in their life.
Here, yep, you got her.
Those animals can feel what's going on. And it's like you and I. People have lost so many of these instincts, but if I get my face that close to yours, it's uncomfortable. Even when we're friends, I mean, you're like, whoa, you're in my space. So even with her blindfolded, you've taken that sense away, but you still need to be quiet. You don't need a bunch of people around them.
So she's a very mature doe. You can see they get these teeth at 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. So she's, 5+ in years. Because we drugged her, one of our obligations, although it's illegal to hunt does here, people still poach. We got to tell them not to consume the meat because the drug we're using is very toxic to people until it's been metabolized. First thing we'll do is stick this in. This is the most painful part of the procedure. So we go to the thick part of the ear. The next step is getting the collar on her.
Attaching a GPS collar is basically knowing how to fit it. You want them snug because if they're too loose on the neck, it's going to rub them raw. But the collars are designed to fall off after a couple of years. So then that's when the information will come in, where that animal was in the last 2 years.
Get up the reversal for her. No injuries.
Their brains wake up quicker than their butts do. And so we have to hold them down and do a controlled recovery until I'm sure they're safe that they can get up and go on with their lives again.
Come on. Go. That's a good girl. Now let's go do it again.
You're all strapped in, Owen?
We're good to go back here.
All right, here we go. Keep your eyes out.
Yeah. Deer.
Yeah, got one. Yep, it's a doe. Again, this is the way I want to run her once she goes, so I don't want her to go downhill here.
First thing in my mind is, oh my gosh, the deer's gonna go flying off this cliff.
Oh my gosh.
Deer.
Yeah, got one. Yep, it's a doe.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right. Missed. Hey, went underneath her legs.
In New Mexico's Jemez Mountains, the team has darted and collared 4 mule deer doe for migration tracking. With only one left to capture before sundown,